Hey guys, what's up? This is Rob with One Star Reviews. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining us tonight. It's Friday night. I'm here to review the Yiimer Dimmable Office LED Lamp. This is it right here. You can pick this up. I picked it up on Amazon. Price on this one was $21.99. This is the lowest price LED lamp I have tested. We're going to get down to it. Let me give you the specs real quick. This is just a small, simple LED lamp. What I'm most curious about is it says it's battery powered. So let me see how this thing performs. This thing it's got 5 color modes. Let me just read it off here. It's also got a timing switch and a touch switch, and it's fully adjustable. You can see this right here, fully adjustable. And you can actually charge something on here. It's got a USB. We'll check it out in a second. It's rated at 2 amps. So not the fastest thing in the world. Let's see how this works out. All right. The packaging is very plain LED lamp. I mean, there's no branding on this or anything. It's just your typical box from, let's see where it's made out of. It's made in China. Let's see, it's silver. It's got color switching too. So we'll check that out. Crack this open. All right, that's it. Flick of the wrist. Okay. All right, here's your unit. Here's a thank you card from, I believe it's Yiimer. I mean, look at that. Is it Yiimer? Yiimer? Not sure. See, here's your typical paperwork. Lamp usage manual. Okay. Let me look at it real quick. Yep, sure. And this is your, looks like it's your charger for the lamp. This is USB-A to, of course, micro USB. We're not at Type-C yet for these devices. Let's get this stuff off of here. Oh, it's stuck. Hey, looks like we got juice at least. Oh, here we go. All right, so let me give you the dimensions on this real quick. Let's see. Oh, it's in centimeters. Okay, I'm gonna have to do some conversion here. Okay, let's say this thing is about, I don't know, 6.5 inches, some on the bottom right here. This from here to here is about, I don't know, 13, 14 inches, and same thing for this boom right here. It's pretty, feels like it's aluminum. There at the bottom is plastic. Just a little nice felt at the bottom, kind of keeps it from moving. And the top, that sounds like aluminum. It's very thin. And your joints are, they're plastic. Okay, plastic. All right, let me turn this thing off. Okay. So on the bottom right here, it looks like you can swivel it this way. It's kind of tight. And that's not a bad thing either. It's not bad that it's tight. That means it's really stable. I've seen lamps where this thing is kind of rocky. It's kind of loose. So you can turn it. Let's see if you can go all the way around. Nope. So you can pretty much go, if you're facing this thing, over to the right, less than 90 degrees. If you turn it this way, same thing. Okay. Now, my experience with these lamps, you're really not going to turn this thing on and start moving it all around unless you are using it for utility. If you're using it at a job site or something, I see a lot of these at, like nail salons. I don't know how much they touch this, but they may need to be moving it around back and forth and stuff. If you're just using this to light up your desk, maybe you're doing some reading, or you have a laptop, or you have a desk setup and you just need extra light, you really don't move this thing around. I have a Tautronics one it's got all these customized features. It's got all these, different shades and everything. I don't do anything with that. I just turn it on and let it go. So let's see, right here. Let's see if you can see that. Just got your power button right here. I think it's right there and right there. And then you could change the light settings by, let's see if you just dial it in and out here. Let's try it. All right, this is on right now. And then let's see if I could, Yep, so it is kind of like it's a touch, but you can also change the color of the light as well, and that's by tapping this button right here on the side here. So I don't know if you can see it. You won't be able to see it. It actually changes the shade of the light. So, see, I don't know if you can see it right there. It just changed right there, and it just changed again, and then it changed again. That's the cool one, like the daylight. And then they have some softer ones, you know, I guess for reading and some other things. So it does change. I don't know if you can see that right there. That one you should be able to see. All right, so that's pretty cool. And then these two buttons right here are just timer buttons. So you could either set it for half an hour or an hour, and it'll just shut off after those times have elapsed. So those two buttons are just for that. And then, so this is how you're just going to turn it on. So real easy touch, on and off. Works pretty good. And then just adjust the brightness to your level. I think it's 3,000 to 6,000 Kelvin. Yep, 3,000 to 6,000 Kelvin. 5 brightness levels. I don't see 5. There's just a whole bunch of, you know, things right there. And like I said, for 21 bucks, you're not going to be messing around with this too much. You're not going to be that critical of it. It turns on and it works. Okay, and the light's pretty good too, as you can see. Light's pretty good. Now, what's this shaking up here? There's like something shaking in here. It looks like it's this this cover on the light, so it's moving a little bit. Oh, let me turn this off so you can see. So it's this thing right here. Looks like it's kind of moving, kind of shaking a little bit. Not a big deal, right? If you're moving it around all day long and you're shaking it around, of course you're going to hear it. But if you leave it alone, turn it on and off, you're never going to notice, you know. And again, for 21 bucks, you know, what are you going to expect? You're not expecting, you know, this is not a $100 light. You know, this if it rattles a little bit, if it does that, it looks like it just does its job, on and off, adjusting the brightness and everything like that. Okay, so aside from that, let's see, this thing goes up and down, goes all the way vertical. The swivel's pretty tight, you know, seems pretty good. You know, aside from that little jingling up here, everything else seems pretty solid. Pretty solid. Okay, let's plug this thing in. And on the back here, you got a USB-A, and that looks like that'll be for if you're going to charge a device. And then you got micro USB right here. I believe that's going to be to charge the lamp itself. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the micro USB to the back here, and then I got it plugged into the wall. You can see the red LED light right there that shows that it is charging. Not sure how long it takes to charge or even how long this thing lasts for, but if you got a 30-minute and an hour timer, I'm assuming it's going to last for more than that. So I would say, I would probably recommend just charging it at night. Again, I'm not sure why it's battery powered, you know, unless if you're moving around all day and you're traveling with it, you don't want to have a wire all the time to plug it in. That makes sense. So it's more like a traveling LED light, you know, if you stay in hotels all the time and you need extra light while you're doing your thing at night. So that's kind of cool. All right, so now I'm going to charge up a phone while this thing is charged. Let's see, I plugged in the USB type A over here to Lightning, and I'm going to go ahead and charge an iPhone. Let me see if I can get some juice here. Okay, you can see that. Indicator comes on, it's charging. Again, it's 2 amps, not the best in the world, but if you're sitting here at your desk and you need a quick charge, you need to top off a little bit, you just kind of leave it sitting right here. I mean, it'll do the job, right? I think 2 amps is fine. If it was 1 amp, you know, probably just go ahead and plug it in the wall. But 2 amps, I think you'll be okay. So it does work. Now, again, you could probably do it without, you know, the other one plugged in, the charger plugged in. I think it'll definitely charge. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't charge. It is not charging, guys. It is not charging with the lamp not plugged in. If I plug it back in, we're back on. So that's kind of interesting. I think on the website it says you can charge it The rechargeable, it's a 2000 milliamp battery, lithium battery, can be quickly charged via USB without need to replace the batteries. I'm not sure what that means. But if you want to charge a device, you have to plug this thing in, is what it looks like. Unless, of course, I mean, this thing has its own charge, so I don't understand that. Let me try it again. Let me pull this off. Let me turn it on. Maybe I gotta turn it on first. Nope. I'm gonna plug it back in. And I'm not getting any juice. The only time I get juice is when I plug it in to the wall. Okay, you heard that. So we're on. Okay, so that's a little weird. If that's the case, I would probably leave this thing plugged in all the time. You know, if I ever wanted power, I would just leave it plugged in, because then if I needed to charge something, I'd have to go find the cable and then plug it in the wall and then do all that. But if this thing's going to be sitting at the desk all day, I mean, I would just leave it plugged in. You know, I don't see any reason why you wouldn't do that. The only reason it seems pretty flexible is if you're traveling, but if you're traveling, you're not going to be plugging your phone into the lamp, I guess. You just plug this thing into, you know, another like plug it in the wall. So I don't see that feature being completely useful, but it probably serves its purpose. So I'm not going to complain about that. So overall, I'm going to give this a thumbs up for $21, $21.99 on Amazon. You can pick it up. It's free returns too. So if you don't like it, you can just return it without, you know, with no hassle. It's pretty flexible. It's built pretty solid. The only thing that I don't like about it is the, you know, shaky, you know, light cover up here that kind of rattles a little bit. But other than that, it's built pretty solidly. If the thing is plugged in, it'll give you a charge on your phone or device, or if you got headphones, whatever you want to, you know, top off. And, you know, the cord is pretty long. It's like, you know, 3.5 feet. So it's not bad. Good setup for your desk. The footprint's not that big, you know, and it gives you pretty good light. You know, it's LED. So it's a thumbs up for me. Thank you so much for watching. This is Rob with 1 Star Reviews. Do yourself a favor, love your neighbor, and I'll see you next time.